Life often leads us into trials, hardships, and moments that feel like walking through fire. In these times, we may feel abandoned or lost, but we are not alone. There are moments in our lives when it seems like everything is crumbling and we're left questioning, where is God in all of this? Today we'll explore a powerful story from the Bible that teaches us how God is with us even in the fiery trials, strengthening and protecting us. This is the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego found in the book of Daniel, chapter 3. Their story is one of extraordinary faith and unwavering trust in God, even in the face of a fiery furnace. Let's take a look at how God used their situation to show His incredible power. In the kingdom of Babylon, King Nebuchadnezzar made a golden image and commanded all his subjects to bow down and worship it. The decree was clear. Anyone who refused would be thrown into a blazing furnace. Imagine the fear and pressure those living under that rule must have felt. This king, known for his power and cruelty, created an image that demanded absolute worship. And yet, among the sea of people bowing down, there were three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who refused to worship the idol. They knew the cost of disobedience, death by fire, but they stood firm in their faith, knowing that their God, the God of Israel, was the only one worthy of worship. They would not bend or compromise, no matter the threat of punishment. Their decision was not born out of defiance, but out of a deep conviction in their hearts. When confronted with the king's command, these three men made a decision that would alter the course of their lives forever. They boldly declared, "Our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and He will deliver us from your hand, O King." Daniel 3:17. This wasn't arrogance, it was a declaration of trust. Their words weren't just a statement of belief, but a deep-rooted faith in the power and sovereignty of God. They knew that God had the ability to save them, but even if He chose not to, they would remain faithful. This is a key lesson for us today. Often our faith is tested when the outcome is uncertain. But like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, we are called to trust God even when we don't fully understand His plan. Our God is bigger than our fears, and even in the face of death, our hope remains in Him. The furnace was stoked 7 times hotter than usual, a terrifying image of the trials we face in life. The fire was so hot that the soldiers who threw the men in were instantly consumed by the flames. This fiery furnace is a powerful metaphor for the suffering we experience in life, our personal struggles, fears, and challenges that feel as though they are engulfing us. It could be the loss of a loved one, financial struggles, or emotional turmoil. It could be the pressure to compromise your beliefs in a world that constantly challenges your faith. But here's the key point. Even in the midst of the flames, we have a choice. We can choose to let the fire destroy us, or we can choose to allow God to purify and strengthen us. The fire doesn't have to break us. It can shape us into something stronger, more resilient, and more faithful. God doesn't promise us a life free of pain, but He does promise to walk with us through the fire. When Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were thrown into the furnace, something miraculous happened. King Nebuchadnezzar looked into the flames and saw not 3 men, but 4. One of the figures appeared like a son of the gods. Daniel 3:25. This moment in the story is one of the most profound lessons we can take from this account. Even though these men were thrown into the fire, God did not leave them alone. In the hottest part of the furnace, God was right there with them. It's not just that they survived, it's that they were not alone. God's presence in the furnace made all the difference. The same is true for us today. When we walk through life's challenges, God is with us. He walks beside us, shields us, and holds us up. We are never truly alone. Our God is a God who comes near to us, especially in our darkest moments. After the furnace was opened, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego emerged unscathed, not even smelling like smoke. Their faith in God led them to a miraculous deliverance. They were not only spared from harm, but they were also promoted in the kingdom. Their story shows us that God is faithful to deliver us and will use our trials to bring about His greater purpose. The fire that was meant to destroy them became the means by which God revealed His power. Their victory was not just survival, it was a testimony to the glory of God's faithfulness. Sometimes God doesn't just bring us through our trials. He uses them to lift us up in ways we could never have imagined. Our trials become the backdrop for God's miraculous work in our lives. The story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego teaches us that even in the fiercest fires of life, we are not abandoned. God is with us, strengthening us, and will see us through. Our faith in Him can turn our trials into opportunities for His glory. If you're walking through a fire right now, remember God is with you in the furnace, and He will bring you through stronger than before. Don't lose hope, trust in His power, and let your faith shine in the midst of your trials. Even when things seem darkest, God is still working behind the scenes, preparing you for the victory that's coming. Thank you for joining me in this reflection on walking through the fire with God. If you found this video encouraging, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with others who might need this message. Stay strong in faith, and God bless.